All right. We are live, I believe. I'll double check. Nope. That's not what I want. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us. We're here with the commissioner, and this just in: men's Paralympic hockey destroyed Canada to win the gold. I think the score was 6-2. So Canada is no longer good at hockey anymore. United States has reigned supreme. That's a gold for the men's, gold for the women's, and gold for the men's Paralympians. Amazing feat. Your take, Mike.
I mean, it's pretty. I think we're witnessing history here. It's
I think we are.
Amazing. I hope they have a women's Paralympics hockey team as well when we can beat Canada.
That would be great if they take gold. You guys heard it here first. Breaking sports news.
It's amazing. Well, yeah. Welcome into the Easy Like Sunday Dinner Fantasy Football Podcast. It's Sunday, March 15th. I'm your host, the commish, Mike Giuliano, and as always, we have our producer, Chris.
What's up?
It's just us two today, but we have a good amount to go over.
Excellent.
As always, we're going to start off with what's for Sunday dinner today.
What is for Sunday dinner today?
From what I hear, it's Chinese food.
Pure sodium.
Sounds like Graham needed a week off, which
that's ridiculous.
She needs a week off.
No, it's ridiculous.
No. She does a lot. I don't even know how she still does it. I mean,
it is very impressive. Very impressive to feed 84 people.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah, it's insane. So, Chinese food it is. Even though I think a lot of people were expecting corned beef and cabbage.
Oh, when is St. Patty's Day? Is that
Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Do you think is the refs not being Paralympians a problem? I feel like maybe they'd have one special ref. You know.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. I
maybe
think
like a Down syndrome ref or something.
I wonder if they like a different perspective from them standing up on skates.
It's got to be weird. You see all these little midgets running around.
Yeah, like are they like in in real hockey? They're all at the same level.
Yeah, they're all the same. Everybody's at their waist.
Yeah. So it's got to be interesting. I'm a little sad we missed the game. It would have been a cool game to watch.
Oh, he's going backwards that one.
This is on CNBC if you want to catch it live.
You want to catch the medal ceremony. Do you think they're going to hand out those dumbass fluffy things they handed out? So anyway, they handed out those like Beanie Baby things.
Oh.
They were dumb. Anyway, Sunday dinner. So Chinese food. So how many people? Typically it's like what, 30 people that come. We have to order 30. We have to order enough to feed 30 of Chinese food.
Probably. At least 30. I mean, maybe 35.
Do you think the restaurant, when they get this call, they're like, it's them?
I bet they're super excited, and it's probably making their week.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I don't even know what that order would be. It's probably like a $600 order.
We should ask Graham tonight how much it costs.
Yeah, we should have everybody pitch in. Everybody pitch in. We get a GoFundMe going.
There was lots of requests in the chat. I'm trying to go through the.
I know there's General Chow's chicken. Here. I was gonna ask for rice-free white rice just to be annoying, but then I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that.
Too much going on in this chat. Was it before all the? Oh no, here we go.
Oh, the congratulations to
Quinn.
To Quinn for being most improved athlete. I mean, honestly, he seriously bulked up. He put on. He's becoming quite a young man. It's gonna be exciting to see him this summer with his shirt off. We're gonna be like, oh my God, he's so strong.
We should shout out that. I mean, we got Quinn, who's in the league, most improved wrestler for Scotch Plains, and then we got Peyton, who had his play this weekend.
I heard
Guys and Dolls, right?
I heard Guys and Dolls. I heard apparently he showcased his ability to do a split and a cartwheel.
Two cartwheels.
In succession?
I believe so.
Wow. I mean, did he cartwheel into the split?
I was not there, so I'm not sure. But
I mean, I'm sure
it sounded that way.
Yeah, it sounded that way, and I'm sure his girlfriend's very excited about that.
But yeah, I mean, that's some pretty amazing stuff from the Rose Boys there. So congratulations to the both of them.
It is. It is. You know, perhaps some could say that other cousins or siblings could step it up a little bit. You know, I'm just saying. I don't know. Well, we have a guest here. Odin's here.
Odin, do you have anything to say about
Rough.
the Rose Boys?
Rough.
He's just smelling my leg because I smell like Piper and Riley. So, yeah, so they had a lot of requests. Graham received a lot of requests for Chinese Sunday dinner. Chicken wings from Dylan.
Chicken wings. Nice.
From Ryan, Caitlin, and Holly. They would like plain lo mein and steamed dumplings.
Steamed dumplings, plain lo mein. Okay. I get behind it.
Ashley made a comment. She's like, of course Ryan's a plain lo mein guy.
Yeah, of course he is.
I suggested scallion pancakes.
You like those.
They're good.
I don't disagree.
We kind of going off topic, but yesterday we took the kids to this restaurant called Chopsticks Charm, something like that, in Edison.
Yeah.
It was like this noodle place. Very, very good.
Nice.
Really great noodles. I got the Dan Dan noodles with minced pork.
Ooh.
Very good.
Dan Dan
The
noodles.
noodles were just like so soft.
Oh.
They're very good.
That sounds exciting.
Um,
Did you eat them with chopsticks?
I tried to, but there was a fork there, and I was just like, I'm just going to town and using this fork.
My chopstick skills are very good.
Yeah.
I eat pad thai every Wednesday, only with chopsticks. I'm very good now.
I need to practice more.
You do. You do.
And Ashley got these like thicker noodles with this beef, and the beef was so tender.
Oh,
It was amazing. It was really, really good.
that's awesome.
And we got scallion pancakes.
Mm.
But yeah, there's this other Chinese restaurant in Edison that we want to try that has like a sandwich that's made out of scallion pancakes.
Oh,
That-
sounds
really
dangerous
good,
and
yeah.
delicious.
yeah. Edison's the place to go for restaurants. There's so many good restaurants in Edison.
I like I think it's by H Mart. You know that little, I don't know if it's in Edison. Maybe it's in Edison, but that little big like Asian shopping center they've created where
We were
Boom
just there
Boom
yesterday,
Chicken
yeah.
is. That
Mhm.
place is crazy.
The parking lot
Oh, it's
was
ridiculous.
insane
You can't. You
yesterday.
just circle around for like
That's what we
40
did.
minutes until
Finally a spot. Mason was passed out in the car. We
Yeah.
had drove around so long. It was insane.
it
was
is. It's like that
crazy.
all the time. All the time.
Yeah, we went to the little shop that's right next to the Boom Boom Chicken.
I haven't had Boom Boom Chicken. I heard it's very boom boom.
Yeah, we Ashley wants to try out that hot pot place that's right next to the Paris Baguette there.
We went to a hot pot place off of Route 1, I think it's called. It was all right. I didn't really get it.
Mm-hmm.
It was just annoying. I just had to cook my food. I was like, oh, we went there for my birthday, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah. We were gonna go, and then we're like, probably not with the kids. Not a great idea.
No, you end up having a lot of food because they like cooking it, and then it's just there's too much food.
Yeah, Mason just likes cooking it, not eating it, and then yeah. Okay, continuing on with the. Let's see what else was. So Ryan was like, actually, could we have hot dogs soon? Because he needs to practice for the punishment.
You know, I feel like
Great suggestion.
I mean, I don't disagree, but I feel like I gave him like a month ago the staple of what to do, and he's just been lackadaisical about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he hasn't cared, and he's not taking this challenge seriously, to be honest.
You heard it here, folks. I mean, Chris is calling out Ryan. He needs to try to step
He
it up
should
for
be
this
eating
punishment.
hot dogs every day. He should have started with the minis for breakfast. You know, you could have had like sausage in a blanket, like sausage in a pancake.
Mm,
You know, as a
that's good.
warm up.
Dipping a little
And
maple syrup.
he's got to be pounding. He's got to be pounding them at lunch. He's got to be pounding them at lunch. He needs dogs in his face, in his body. Like his body needs to adjust to the chemicals, or else he's just
The
not going to
sodium
make it.
intake?
Yeah, the sodium intake. You know, it's just
He's gonna have to drink a lot of water.
he's gonna
that day.
drink so much water. It's gonna be ridiculous.
Between hot dogs and beer.
I know,
And
I know.
throwing up.
And throwing up.
We
It's-
should like bring Pedialyte with us.
We should bring something.
Gatorade.
Something. Gatorade, liquid IV. But
Yes.
maybe we can set up like a medical procedure where you can just get an IV as he's doing it. Where's Pete? I wonder if Pete's available. If Pete's in Jersey, we could have a medical person on staff to monitor Ryan's vitals.
I might know somebody that could do an IV. I don't know about the vitals part.
Well, we could bring a blood pressure monitor. I think there's an O2 sensor here, and I'm pretty sure there's like a stethoscope or something somewhere.
They're gonna be like, "Why are you bringing all that stuff
Yeah,
into
we
the
need a
suite?"
thermometer.
Setting up like a mobile
Yes.
triage.
Yes,
station.
exactly.
But yeah, let's see. Let's see if there's any. Justin wanted pork fried rice, egg rolls.
Pot fried
He also echoes Ryan's order of lo mein and dumplings. I think that's really for the children.
Probably.
But he also wanted beef lo mein. Ben called out General Tso chicken.
General Chow's chicken bothers me. I used to like it. But then I had Thai food, and I was like, I don't like Chinese food anymore.
Thai food is really good.
Oh, it's delicious.
Yeah, I feel like Chinese food sometimes is hit or miss, and because there's just places that do it so well, and then you try that, and then you get it like from a shitty place, and you're like, oh, I just want it to be so much better.
Yeah. We go to Truly Thai down in Sayreville,
Mm.
and every time, it's exactly like the first time. It's so good.
But yeah, so that's what's for Sunday dinner today. Hope it made you hungry. But let's jump into the aftermath. So last week,
The fallout.
Ryan was on the pod,
Popping off.
and he called out a lot of people.
A lot.
I think Justin was not happy with
Heavy feelings. He wasn't.
how he was called out.
And Justin's not here to rebuttal. Which,
No.
like, Justin, what are you doing? You're just blown up on an up-and-coming podcast.
Yeah, I mean, so since Justin's not here, I'm gonna go straight from the group chat because it was
exposing the secrets.
it was pretty crazy this week in the group chat. So the first quote I'm gonna take from Justin is that
Direct quote.
this podcast is insane. Ryan, you're so full of shit that
Whoa.
it's coming out of your ears.
Wow.
Laugh out loud.
I did have to clean the basement up afterwards.
I mean, I gotta take Justin's side on this one. I mean, some of the things that Ryan was saying was just inexcusable. I mean, just calling people out for the mistakes that he has
Well,
made.
all in all, they were his choices. You know, I mean, he definitely made those choices.
We can't hold your hand.
You got to own up to it. You got to own up to it. I mean, I own up to all my choices. George Springer.
We can't, like he said last week, the commissioner cannot be making all of the decisions
That was
for all of
hilarious.
the owners.
That was so hilarious.
I am not running this league for every single owner.
You should agree to do it for him and just veto all his trades. Like, yeah, no, you can't trade any players.
Yeah, I'm gonna take over for Ryan. I'm gonna have
Brett Batty.
two teams in this league, and I'm gonna be like, Ryan, you're gonna trade me any good players that you have, because that is my choice since I make all the decisions.
The Mets got Bichette. What? When did that happen?
Yeah, in the offseason, Bo Bichette.
What?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Typically a shortstop, but he's learning how to play third
We're
since
winning
they
the
got
World
Lindor.
Series, baby. We got Bo.
They
All right, that's exciting.
they don't win the World Series. It'll be a pretty disappointing season for
They
the
should
Mets. as
sell the
usual.
team if they don't.
Justin also was shocked that he was called neglectful.
Yeah,
Ryan.
Justin, you're neglecting your brother.
I mean, I think I called Ryan neglectful as well. I think there was a lot of
Yeah, you
Neglectful.
guys are neglecting him emotionally, physically. He misses your touch.
and then what happened is, so Ryan ended
Trash,
up,
though.
oh no, Justin ended up sending some screenshots of their private DMs in the Sleeper app that highlights the trade offers and how it went down. So basically, the first trade offer was Justin offered JSN. No, I'm sorry. I apologize. Justin wanted JSN, and he offered Ryan Sam Darnold and Jalen Warren. Which, yes, a horrible trade offer. I, applaud Ryan for not accepting that one. And then Justin came back with basically the same trade, then added in an 8th round pick.
I sweeten the deal a little bit.
Sweeten the deal a little bit, give him a pick, which Ryan was looking to get. Still not enough.
Not enough.
And I agree with that. Then Ryan
I would have made that trade.
proposes, which I don't understand this proposal because he is giving Justin JSN, and he's also giving him Trevor Lawrence, who at that time was not having a good season. Trevor Lawrence had a great second half of the season, but at the time of this trade was not the Trevor Lawrence we saw in the second half, and he only asks for Justin Herbert in return.
Justin Herbert.
Who, like,
It's just, I mean,
JSN and T Law for Justin Herbert? Like,
I mean, JSN is an explosive wide receiver. He's the core of that receiving core.
yeah, like, I mean, Ryan, his whole, point last week was that, like, he wanted a first-round pick for JSN or a second-round pick for JSN.
He didn't offer
Then
that.
why are you offering JSN and T Law for Justin Herbert?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, offer the trade that you want.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, if you want the first-round pick, put the first-round pick in there.
Yeah, why not?
Who cares if it's like you
What
think
does it
it's
matter?
like a crazy trade to Justin?
Yeah.
Like he'll
He'll veto it.
yeah, it doesn't
Or he'll
matter.
be like,
He'll
okay.
deny it. Yeah, he'll just be like, nope, not doing it, not move. Sure, who cares? Like at least you put it out there that you're like, this is your expectation.
Yeah.
But you just put it out
set
there.
the bar.
Yeah,
Set the bar.
exactly. Set the bar, and that trade offer did not set the bar
No.
because now Justin's like, oh, I can do whatever the hell I want. He's offering me
100%.
like
It doesn't matter.
fucking JSN and T Law for Justin Herbert. So
Yeah.
so then that trade doesn't go through, and then Justin counters with JSN. He wants JSN and Jake Ferguson for Herbert and Kincaid, and that's the trade that ultimately gets accepted.
For Dalton Kincaid.
And
who-
it's like, what? It's like, what just happened? Like, you're giving up. Like, Ryan's season, yes, we know was over at this point. But, like, you're giving up JSN, who is a great keeper for you, which is what you want.
Wait, so
you want
JSN was a
keepers.
keeper?
He can keep
Oh,
JSN for next year in, like,
God,
the
I didn't know
7th
that.
round.
I didn't know
When
that.
you're saying JSN's like a
That's
first or
wild.
second round pick, and you couldn't be keeping him for,
That's wild.
yeah, 7th round pick, I think. It's insane. Insane. And then, so as soon as that trade, I guess, got accepted by, Ryan accepted it.
He was like,
He
oh,
was
no.
like, I just realized
What
I
have I
still gave you
done?
JSN. That was some sneaky shit. Laugh out loud. And Justin's like, sneaky? It's there in black and white. I tried giving you a pick so you could rebuild, and you rescinded it. I mean, Ryan, like, look at the trade before you accept it.
Yeah.
Like,
he-
what?
I don't think you read it correctly. I don't know.
Like, I don't know what you want us to do. And then, so since Ryan felt it was sneaky, Justin ended up trading him an 8th round pick for $1 a fab just to, because he
$1
felt
million
bad.
of fab, you mean.
$1 million, yes. Yeah, just because he felt bad.
So Justin was trying to be a nice guy in all this.
At
Is
the end
what
of the
it kinda
day,
sounds like.
he was.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, in Justin's mind, Ryan offered JSN Trevor Lawrence for Herbert. Like, the difference between that trade and the trade that was accepted is so minuscule that,
Yeah.
like, in Justin's head, he's like, yeah, like, it's a fair trade in both of our eyes then, because you tried to get Justin Herbert for JSN and Trevor Lawrence. So what's the
Yeah.
difference between that trade and JSN and Ferguson for Herbert and Kincaid?
Yeah.
Like, Ferguson and Kincaid are like a wash. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
no.
So it's not. Yeah. So Ryan, buddy, we love you. Look at your trades before you accept them.
Seriously. Run him by somebody else.
Yeah. Reach out for help. I know you don't like ChatGPT. You don't think it's reliable, but maybe ask it for some help
No, the Mets are
with your trades. I think it'll help you out a lot. But yeah, so I think this, saga's not gonna end here, though. I'm excited to see everybody at Sunday dinner tonight. See what their. This will be the first time we're all in person after this conversations in the group chat
Oh yeah,
and
that's
that
right.
and that pod. So we'll
sling
see
some
how it
heat.
goes.
Sling some heat.
We got a lot to talk about at Sunday dinner tonight. We're gonna be eating some Chinese food, and we're gonna be talking about punishments because we gotta lock in that date. Ryan, really wants to do May 28th. That's Brandon Laney's anniversary.
28th. What day is that?
It's a Thursday, which we have to do a weekday because
Thursdays.
we want Ryan to throw out the first pitch.
Thursdays I'm good for.
So we're hoping
Tuesdays and Wednesdays are a problem for me.
Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
No.
Yeah, so we're trying to lock in that date. I'm hoping I can convince Caitlin tonight to do after baby is born, because I feel like it would open up so many more days for us, so many more options if we did it in a weekday in July and August. It's summertime. People's schedules are a little more flexible.
I don't disagree.
They don't mind going out on a weekday.
I don't disagree.
Caitlin's parents are invited to the punishment. They're going to come to the Patriots game. They can be there to support, help watch the babies. I'm sure Rachel will be there.
They can watch their son-in-law pound Grizzlies.
Yeah.
And they'll love that.
Yeah, I mean, her father's a Yankee fan, so Somerset's Patriots, AA, affiliate for the Yankees. I think we can make it work. I want to make it work because I don't know. I don't want to, kill Lenny and Brandon's. Anniversary.
No, I wouldn't either. I mean, I wouldn't even touch that with 10-foot pole. But we gotta get it down because these dates are gonna fill up.
Mm-hmm.
People are gonna throw out the first pitch and stuff, and you're gonna lose out on an opportunity.
Yeah. And I think that's Ryan's favorite part of this punishment right now is that he can throw out the first pitch.
Yeah, it's a cool thing, and why not? Give him a little hope before we force feed him hot dogs and beer.
I think at one point we're going to, I could just picture him sitting in a chair, so drunk, and we're just kind of pouring beer in his mouth and trying to have him nibble on a hot dog.
His pants are unbuckled. He had to make room. His shoes are off. He's got one sock on.
He's a bucket next to him.
Yeah. Flop sweat.
We should bring our own bucket.
That'd probably be good.
I don't know what the suite is like. I'm sure there'll be a trash can.
You can explain that to the ticket person as you walk in with your Home Depot bucket.
Sir, why do you have a bucket? This is not on the list of prohibited items to enter the stadium. So. It must be a clear bucket, sir.
Exactly. We need clear buckets.
But yeah, it's gonna be a fun time.
I hope so.
Okay, let's jump into NFL free agency and how it affects fantasy football, because that's what we are. We are a fantasy football podcast. So, I tried to get ChatGPT to organize this for me, but there's just so much data that it couldn't do it. I mean, it did an okay job, but instead, what we're going to do is just go from through each division and talk about the moves that's happened. So we're starting off in the AFC East, a great division, one that has the New York Jets in it. And we know we got the New York Jets fans out there that we love. And thank you for listening to the pod.
Hey, Jets might be dangerous this year. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. We're going to start off with the Bills, though. So the Buffalo Bills, their biggest acquisition this offseason was trading for DJ Moore with the Chicago Bears. So they traded a second-round pick, a 2026 second-round pick for DJ Moore, and got DJ Moore and a 2026 fifth-round pick. And that's a big move for them. They need wide receivers in Buffalo.
Need it. Poor Josh Allen got nobody to throw to.
Yeah.
Keon Coleman doesn't know what's going on out there.
Mm-hmm. Khalil Shakir, okay guy.
He's a good slot guy, but you can't. He's tiny, he's speedy, but that's about it. You can't.
They need an alpha.
Yeah.
And DJ Moore, I mean, maybe his alpha days are a little bit in the past, but he still is a really good wide receiver. And I think that's going to be a big move fantasy-wise. DJ Moore, it brings his value up. Josh Allen's value is always high. Still finished as the number one quarterback on the season without a great wide receiver core. So that's a big move for the Bills. Dawson Knox was re-signed with the Bills. I'm sure that, Kincaid's value there comes down a little bit because it's just kind of tight end by committee there. They use both of them probably depending on packages. So I think value there, it kind of, just takes down Kincaid a little bit. Knox, I mean, these aren't guys that I'm drafting in leagues. They re-signed their center, Connor McGovern, so, keeping that offensive line intact is important.
52 mil. Good for him.
James Cook was the leading rusher in the NFL last season. Can't do that without having a great offensive line, so I think that was
These boys are getting
big move.
paid. Bradley Chubb, 43 mil.
Well, I'm not
damn.
sure how much because the cap, I believe, goes up each year.
Yeah.
So they, the cap went up a lot, and they have all this extra money to start spending.
Wow, they're spending it.
Yeah. But that's really it for the Bills. Those couple moves, will make some impact. Next team up is the Miami Dolphins. Their
Malik Willis.
Yeah, their big
What the
signing
fuck?
was quarterback Malik Willis.
$67.5 million deal with
Yeah.
$45 million guaranteed.
That is a big deal. I mean, this was a
That's
quarterback that
Insane.
I think he started his career in Tennessee. Never ended up doing anything there. Ends up becoming the backup in Green Bay, and
I mean,
has
he
some
had
really
some
good games.
He's this bald dude, right? He's that bald alien-looking guy.
No.
No?
I don't. No. I think you're thinking of like Josh Dobbs.
Oh yeah, that dude. This guy.
no, he's got dreads.
Yeah, he's got dreads.
But yeah, so he comes into Green Bay as the backup, and Jordan Love is very prone to injury. And he ends up having some really good games for them. Shows what he could do. Let's see, I pulled up some of his stats here
There's
from
a
recent
ton
games.
of money. Do they still owe Tua money?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
they still owe Tua money.
that's insane.
Let's see. I mean, these numbers actually aren't that. Malik Willis. So he played in 4 games last year only.
I mean, I'm sure you're gonna pay the guy. You
Two
want
of the-
him to be the starting quarterback.
2 of the games he came in a, Love must have gotten hurt at some point, or maybe it was a blowout. He just came in, going through a couple of passes.
Yeah.
The other games, he was 9 for 11 for 120 yards and 1 touchdown, no interceptions. And his best game was 18 for 21, 288 yards and a touchdown, like a rating of 134.6. Like, okay, good game. 9 rushing attempts for 60 yards. Okay, good game.
Bo Bichette hit
I don't
a
know
homer?
if he's worth that much. I mean, I think they were.
No, I don't think he's worth that much.
Yeah,
But, I
the
mean,
market out there for quarterbacks was not great. Then I think there's some
They
upside with
locked
him.
him down.
And the Dolphins are like, we don't want to anymore. We don't believe in Ewers, right? Because they have Ewers.
Quinn
Quinn
Ewers, he's still young.
I guess they're like, F it, we're going in for Malik Willis. So.
I mean, he has experience, played in Green Bay. Why not?
yeah, I mean, I guess, 3 year, like 23 million a year-ish, 22 million a year-ish. I guess, in comparison to other quarterbacks, like a Dak Prescott, I think is making like 40-something million a year. Like,
wow. He's playing for them boys.
yeah,
you
so I guess it's not like, in our mind, 7.5
I guess it's
million's
just the
a lot,
league
but-
average now for quarterbacks. Should have been a
Probably.
quarterback. Jesus.
Yeah. But that's the big signing for the Dolphins. We'll see if Willis ends up being the starter there. They lost, they don't have Tyreek Hill anymore, so he's going to be thrown to Jalen Waddle. They signed Tutu Atwell, so they still have probably Washington on their team, who was a guy that's, stepped up a little bit after Hill was out. They re-signed Greg Dulcich, the tight end. We'll see what they do in the draft there. They still got Devon A-Chain in the backfield. So we'll see if Malik Willis becomes relevant in fantasy.
I don't know.
We're a super flex league, so he may become relevant at some point, but we'll see. The New England Patriots
Didn't do much.
No, they did not do much. Their big signing was Romeo Dobbs because they got rid of Diggs. Stephon Diggs is no longer on the Patriots, so they needed to add to their wide receiver room, and they added Romeo Dobbs for 4 years, $70 million contract. Big deal for him. He's a solid receiver in Green Bay. He turns into probably their number 1 option in New England unless they draft somebody. It's a solid room though. They got Kyle Williams still. They got Matt Collins. They needed some talent for Drake May to throw to. But that's really it for them. They shored up their offensive line a little bit. We're getting Elijah Vera Tucker, 3-year, $42 million deal. If he can stay healthy, that's a nice pickup. He's a solid offensive lineman for the Jets for many years, but he just can never stay healthy. So we'll see if he can for the Pats. Okay, to round out this division, we got the New York Jets.
They made all the moves.
They made a lot of moves.
Gino.
Wow, a lot of moves. Their offensive moves, they acquired Geno Smith. So Geno Smith is now a Jet again.
That is going to be terrible.
Returned.
It's going to be absolutely terrible.
He was acquired via trade with the Raiders for a 2026 sixth-round pick. Well, basically, it was a sixth-round pick swap. Like they also got a sixth-round pick from the Raiders. So nothing crazy. And we'll see what he does. He did not have a good season in Las Vegas last year. So we'll see if he can bounce back.
I doubt it. He's old now.
Yeah,
he's been in
getting
league
up there in
forever.
age. Yeah. They ended up using the franchise tag on Breece Hall.
That's probably the smart option.
Yeah, because running backs just end up not getting the contracts that they always want, and they just didn't want to spend the money. And we'll see what Breece Hall does this year. If the offensive line can build off what they did last year, because they had a pretty good year last year. Breece Hall is a relevant fantasy running back, and we'll see if Geno ends up being the starter there. If they, see what they do in the draft.
Geno will be the starter. Why not?
I could picture him being the starter. If they draft somebody, they're not going to start the rookie.
No. I think Geno's good if you give him a decent offensive line, and he has 4 seconds to throw the ball.
I agree. That the Raiders' offensive line was really bad last year.
So
he can only go up from here. But yeah, that's they did a lot of defensive moves, the Jets. So maybe that's something to look out for as far as fantasy defenses to look out. They got Minkah Fitzpatrick in a trade. They got Demario Davis, who I know is older, but they got Tavondre Sweat. So they made a lot of moves. So we'll see if that defense can get back to the level it used to be. Okay, let's move on to the AFC North. So we start off with the Baltimore Ravens. They re-signed their backup quarterback, Tyler Huntley. Not really a big deal there. Defensively, they ended up signing Trey Hendrickson because they ended up backing out of that Crosby deal. So, Trey Hendrickson, a big edge rusher. So that's a big move for their defense.
Was there any news as to why they backed out of the deal? I heard that he couldn't pass his physical, or
I think it was a physical thing.
Been drinking too much.
They probably just saw it as an out.
Yeah,
and they went into the trade, and they liked it at first, and then they were like,
And they met him, and they're like, oh.
maybe that's what Ryan wants us to do in the fantasy league. We need physicals to happen.
Yeah.
If I find any discrepancies, I'm gonna back out from the trade.
I like it.
Oh
my God.
Okay, moving on to the Cincinnati Bengals. They signed Josh Johnson, backup quarterback. Not really a big move there. They did sign Orlando Brown Jr.
Oh, they got
tackle.
offense. They signed some offensive line people.
Yeah, they
to
always
help
need offensive
Mr.
line
Joe Burrow.
Yeah, especially with what he's going to be facing against.
Yeah, it's not great.
With all these edge rushers. So, but that's all they really did, I guess. I haven't heard of any big losses from them though.
Yeah.
So basically the same team coming back for next season. Hopefully, Burrow can stay healthy this time. For the Browns, they signed a tight end who, doesn't really look familiar to me. They have
Jack Stoll.
I think they lost Njoku. We'll see where he went. But they got Fannin. Fannon's their number one guy. So I think fantasy wise, Fannin is the tight end one in Cleveland, and that's big for Ben. That's one of Ben's keepers. So Yeah, and then the Browns, looks like they got some offensive linemen, so hopefully to bolster that for them and keep their run game strong and protect whichever quarterback's going to be playing for them next season. Could be Deshaun Watson. Okay, moving on to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, my boy Rico.
So how do you feel about that signing?
I'm
Rico
very
going
excited.
to the Steelers.
Does that make him the number one, or is there room? Is there running back by committee there? I don't know who else is on.
They got Jalen Warren still.
Jalen Warren. All right. I think Rico's going to beat him out for the number one spot.
I mean, they did sign him to a 2-year deal, so it's not like a 1-year prove it kind of deal.
Yeah. Well, I think he proved it on those 4 games.
Yeah.
It's like, this is what I can do.
So we'll see how much of a committee it is and what Warren and Dowdle can do. It really pushes Caleb Johnson just out of the picture. I know Caleb Johnson was drafted. I think Justin drafted him in like the 6th or 7th round last year. It was like he hates talking about that pick, but he was a rookie, and I think there was some expectations for him, but he just hasn't happened. So
I'm excited about that Asante Samuel. They re-signed him. I have one of his cards. It's a 5 out of 5. Yeah.
But let's say on the offensive side, though, because they acquired Michael Pittman in a trade from the Colts, which is a big trade for them. Michael Pittman's a good receiver. He's had some really good years in the Colts. We'll get to the Colts at one point, but I think that's a loss for them.
So is Rodgers coming back?
I'm not sure if that's 100% or not yet.
Wow.
I'm not sure. I haven't read anything about it. So we'll see who their quarterback ends up being. If it's Rodgers, if it's Howard. Yeah,
hope it's Will Howard.
But they really needed to add to that wide receiver room.
Yeah, there's nobody to throw to.
It was only DK Metcalf, and then Kenneth Gainwell, the running back.
Oh, didn't they have that Wilson feller?
Mm-hmm.
No, he's not bad.
But yeah, he was. I mean, Kenneth Gainwell was. I think he might have been either the leading or the second receiver.
Yeah.
On the Steelers last year. So bring in some more weapons. I drafted DK Metcalf last year. I think I'm going to stay away from him personally this season with these more weapons because DK didn't do anything last season without all these other options.
Yeah,
so.
I'm sure DK pulls the double coverage or, guy up high on him. So he can only do so much. Why are they having so many pitch count violations? Like, what? Did they make the pitch count faster?
Is that what
yeah, they had one before.
I love how the umps are so, animated. Like, points at the catch.
Oh, yeah. It's
points at second.
You're done.
Over here. You get over there.
It's so ridiculous. It's like, calm down.
But yeah, the Steelers did make some moves on the defensive side. Like Chris said, they got Asante Samuel Jr., couple other guys. They still got T.J. Watt, so it should be another. I feel like the Steelers always have a solid defense.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Brett Batty, my boy.
Okay, moving on to the AFC South. Starting off with those Houston Texans.
Oh, my other boy, David Montgomery.
Yeah, so the Texans traded for Montgomery with the Lions.
Is Juice Scruggs? Garoogs?
Yeah, offensive never heard. Juice. What a name.
Dalton.
But yeah, that's a big. I think Montgomery to the Texans. I think when we get to the Lions, we'll talk more about how that impacts them. But this just kind of shores up the running back room for Houston. They weren't bringing back Joe Mixon. They weren't bringing back Nick Chubb. So it was Woody Marks. And
Woody Marks.
So, I'm not sure how it affects, of course it affects Woody Marks' value. But we'll see who ends up being the number one there. If it's going to be, what Montgomery did with the Lions, if like Marks will be the main and then Montgomery will be the secondary, maybe more the red zone kind of guy. We'll see what happens there. But definitely, could have some impact on Ben. Ben has Woody Marks as a keeper, so we'll see if there's some impact there. I mean, of course, you're still going to keep him because I think it'd be a 17th round pick. But
yeah.
They ended up signing Foster Moreau, a tight end. He used to play for the Saints. He was a pretty good tight end, receiving tight end. Dalton Schultz got re-signed by them, so not much fantasy-wise. I'm not really going for those kind of tight ends in drafts.
Yeah.
Looks like they got some offensive line. They re-signed some guys, signed some new guys, which, their offensive line was really bad last year. So that they definitely needed to do that. And then they brought in a lot of guys defensively as well, and they had a really good defense.
They did.
Last year. I think that they were the number 1 ranked fantasy defense, if I believe. And they brought in safety Reed Blankenship, who used to play for the Eagles. So,
Oh, that's that white boy, right?
yeah.
They broke up the white boys in Philadelphia. Wow.
Yeah. So, and they re-signed Kaimi Fairbairn.
Oh, nice.
2-year, $13 million deal. So he was a great kicker.
Highest paid kicker in the NFL.
Wow.
Good for him.
He's gonna be a top 10 pick. I could pick somebody's picking him in the top 10 in our league.
I'll take him second round.
Yeah.
Do I have a second round pick? I think I do.
Guess. Yeah. When you don't have a third and a fourth, I believe. I don't think you have a third and a fourth. You got to go kicker in the second round.
I think
mean,
you
that
have
only
to.
makes sense.
Yeah. Good draft strategy. Thank you, Kamish. I appreciate you
No problem. Here
running
to
my
help.
team for me. I appreciate it. I was a little
I'm here
worried.
for you. Moving on to the Colts. So they ended up re-signing Daniel
Indianapolis Jones.
2-year, $88 million deal.
And then they
Big
paid
deal.
Alec Pierce more money.
Well,
Sort of, not really.
yeah, because Jones is only 2 years, so he's getting about $44 million a year. Pierce is getting
he's
like
got
high
incentives.
20s.
60 mil
per year.
guaranteed. 84 million guarantees. That's insane. Good
Yes.
for them.
So we'll see how Jones comes off the injury that ended his season, and we'll see if he can do what he was doing last year with the Colts. I think he has some good fantasy value if he's healthy. Alex Pierce was a good weapon for him, but they lost Pittman, so we'll see what they
did.
do in the draft. I hear this is a deep wide receiver draft for
There's
the
lots
NFL.
of them.
So, yeah, we'll see if they bring in some more options. He's still got Tyler Warren there at tight end for them. So that should be a pretty solid offense. So bringing back Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, the Metsies. Good job.
And they
Good.
re-signed kicker Blake Group, who will not get picked in our top 10.
No. No. I wouldn't recommend it.
So Jacksonville Jaguars, they did not do that much, but they did bring in a couple running backs because they ended up losing Etienne, who we'll talk about once we get to the Saints. But they ended up signing DJ Dallas and Chris Rodriguez Jr. Chris Rodriguez Jr., more notable than DJ Dallas. Rodriguez signs a 2-year, $10 million deal coming from Washington. He he can run. He can run the ball. He's a pretty good running back. I don't think see him as a number 1 guy. So I'm really hoping Bashal Tutin takes that role.
Yes, that'd be awesome. There's so many of that guy's cards.
Because I have Bashal Tutin on my team right now. And I think I am going to keep him.
He plunked him.
Wow, this is a wild game. We got Blue Jays pitchers throwing at Metsy players. What is
ridiculous.
this? Ridiculous.
They're mad about Bo, I think.
Yeah, they're like,
They're
you took
getting
Bo Bichette from us?
revenge. Yeah.
What the hell? But yeah, so as a Bashal Tutin owner, I am hoping he becomes the number 1 guy there. I think this brings his value up immensely in fantasy football, and I think I'm going to get some good value for him. So we'll see what happens. Moving on to the Tennessee Titans. That's a new logo, right?
Yes, that is 100% the gayest new logo I've ever seen.
3-star. I wonder if the 3 stars have any
Probably some dumb
some symbolism there.
Tennessee thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
The T looks weird. It looks like a nail.
Mm-hmm.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
Hear that, Titans? Your logo's dumb. Go back to the old one. I don't like it.
But the Titans made a lot of moves this offseason.
Yeah, they picked up Mitchell Trubisky. I can't believe that guy's still in the league. Good for him.
Yeah.
And they stole Wandell from the Giants.
They
Ugh.
did. Well, they had what's his name's there? Dable is the offensive.
That's his
coordinator.
That's his little buddy.
Well, I mean, look at the next name, Daniel Bellinger. He's like building the
Oh,
Giants.
Yeah, he is. That worked out really well for him.
Well, it's funny because they have Dable, and they have what's his name, Robert Saleh as their head coach. So they traded for Jermaine Johnson from the Jets. So it's like Dable and Saleh are just like bringing all their old players in, which I don't know if that's a good idea because their teams weren't good. So.
Yeah, Wandale's like good, but I don't think he's that good.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's quick, but that boy can't catch for shit.
Yeah, he's more of a slot guy.
Yeah, they're tiny. He's a tiny dude.
I don't know who, because they have Chimere DK, they have Io Manor. I don't think they're bringing back Ridley. I'm not sure if Ridley is still on the team or not. If Ridley is still on the team, then okay. Ridley's the alpha.
Oh God, the
Was
Blue
that
Jays
Vladimir
are
or
falling apart. That I think.
He had the yips there at
Yeah.
first base. Couldn't hold on to the baseball. Bases loaded now for the Metsies.
Oh hell yeah, the Metsies are doing it.
But yeah, so I don't really know what that wide receiver room looks like exactly if Ridley's there or not. But I think the Robinson signing just gives Cam Ward a lot more options. DK's a fast guy. You got Io Manor. You'll just have to see who kind of steps up this offseason and in training camp and who will, I don't know. These guys aren't like, I don't know, like these aren't like top picks, in fantasy drafts. But,
Bellinger's nice because he's big.
And they got rid of Okonkwo so Bellinger, I think, might be the number one guy there in
that makes
Tennessee
sense.
then. So
He's a big rumbling, bumbling guy.
yeah, so we'll see. Giving Cam Ward some more options there. So Cam Ward had a good end to the season. So I think we're excited to see how his sophomore year is.
Yeah.
Looks like they showed up the offensive line a little bit, and I hear they might go running back in the draft. They have the 4th pick, I believe, and Jeremiah Love.
Oh.
So I think that
maybe a good pickup.
that complete Pollard and what's his name? Who's the other guy that they have there running back?
Bad you know.
Pollard and I can't think of it right now.
Some guy.
But Tajay Spears.
Oh
There you go.
yeah.
So if they get Love, I think by early to mid-season he's taken over that running
Probably.
back job.
I would think so.
Okay, moving on to the AFC West here. We got Brandon's Denver Broncos. They re-signed Sam Ehlinger for backup quarterback. They re-signed J.K. Dobbins to a 2-year, $20 million deal.
Little Jordan Humphrey.
And they re-signed Jaleel McLaughlin to a 1-year deal. So they're basically
nice.
bringing their entire running back room back from last season back.
I mean, if it worked, they got to the playoffs.
Yeah, they got to the AFC Championship game, right? Or
Yeah.
no?
Yeah. Because
Yeah, because what's his name? Stidham had to start.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right.
Bo Nix broke his ankle kneeling down.
But yeah, so this was not good news for RJ Harvey. So if you're a fan of RJ Harvey, I think them re-signing Dobbins is not good for him fantasy-wise because Dobbins was really the number one for most of the season. Once Dobbins went down with an injury, Harvey, took over the main role, but he had some okay games, but nothing amazing.
Yeah, no, nothing crazy.
And I think that's why they re-signed Dobbins because they don't have faith that RJ Harvey could be the number one guy there. So we'll see how that committee goes. I know I'm not wasting an early pick on Harvey again like I did this past season.
Oh.
A long sack fly for the Mets. But yeah, they also re-signed Lil Jordan Humphrey. It's like the best name in football.
Little Jordan Humphrey. I like Kool-Aid McAllister. Kool-Aid McAllister?
Kool-Aid McKinstry.
McKinstry. Yeah, I like that guy.
You ever see that video of this guy just like putting up names for his girlfriend, and the girlfriend has to guess if it's a real name or not in the NFL?
No.
It's so hilarious.
She probably got them all wrong.
Because
that can't possibly be real.
Yeah, because he did like Little Jordan Humphrey, he did Kool-Aid McKinstry, but then he uses that one from like the Key and Peele skits.
Oh, yeah.
Like the Javarius, Darter, whatever.
Yeah.
And she's just like, I don't know. Because, like, she says yes to some of them that are, like, not, and then no to, like, the other ones. She's
That's
like,
amazing.
I think she said no to Kool-Aid, and she was like, what? That's not, but the other one is. Or that one is, and the other one's not. It's just crazy. So funny. Okay, moving on to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, they bring in Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker.
Mr. Big Legs.
3-year, $45 million deal. Big deal. Yeah, I mean, that's huge for them. They lost Pacheco. They lost Kareem Hunt. They still have Smith.
They still have that white boy?
Yes, I think they still have him.
Nice.
But Walker is going to be the number one guy there.
Good for
In
him.
Kansas City. So I think this brings Walker's value up immensely in fantasy football. He was always a guy that you're like unsure of. You wanted him to be great, but he had that committee with Charbonnet.
That's true.
And I think Kenneth Walker just turns him into for me he's probably like a second round guy right now. But yeah, so that's a big moving. It gives Mahomes there another weapon.
Yeah, you would think it would bring up the value of his cards, but it has not.
No, not helping the other business.
Nope, not at all.
So the Chiefs also re-signed Travis Kelce.
I think this is last year.
You think so?
100%. If they don't win a hopefully they'll get to the playoffs, probably. But he's got to be done. I don't know how old he is, but I'm sure what's-her-face is like, we need to have some kids soon.
Yeah.
I need you not broken, like mentally and physically.
Yeah. I think he's just coming back to try to get another ring.
Yeah.
Because that's always possible with Mahomes.
100%. And with the new addition of Mr. Walker, there's something there.
He is 36 years old.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
crazy.
Like, he could probably still play. How long did Gronk play for? Like around that age?
Probably. I feel like Gronk
It's
retired
just-
kind of younger.
Yeah, maybe. It's just like at 36. Like, imagine just getting back into shape and then getting hit again. You're like, ugh. It's got to be a lot.
Well, Gronk, I guess, came back because according to...
Well, yeah, Tom called him and was
right.
like, buddy, come
Come
on.
back, play for Tampa with me.
I'll throw you dimes all day.
Because he initially
He
retired at 29.
Yeah.
That's young.
Well, he didn't, what did he need? He didn't spend any of his money. He had how many Super Bowls?
Yeah. he
Like,
already-
what else are you going to do? He's
Yeah.
just like,
I mean,
whatever.
I agree. I mean, if I'm playing football, and he's such a personality.
Yeah, so, like.
Yeah. So his second time retiring was at 33.
Okay. So Kelsey's got 3 years on him.
Yeah, so Kelsey's he's getting up there in age. Yeah, I agree. I think this might be his last season.
Yeah, I don't think he makes it. He's just going to be slow.
Hopefully Mahomes comes back healthy from this injury and starts the
will be
season
fine.
off strong. And
Bo
Kansas City's,
Bichette.
they're always in the mix. So
This is exciting. I had no idea this guy was on the Mets.
yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay, Las Vegas Raiders. So their biggest signing of the offseason was Tyler Linderbaum, taking him from the Ravens there, signing him to a 3-year, $81 million deal. Now one of the highest paid centers in the league.
That's insane.
And yeah, I mean, they needed to do that though because their offensive line was
terrible.
bad.
If they're going to protect
Really
that
bad.
Mendoza boy
Yeah.
from getting boo-boos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that offense,
Oh.
the Linderbaum signing and the expectation of them drafting Mendoza, it could be a good offense. You got what's his name in the backfield? Why am I blanking? The rookie that
Hayward?
Brandon drafted.
Who?
No. The rookie that they had last year.
Genty?
Yes, thank you.
Genty.
Ashton Genty.
Yeah, I got a lot of his cards.
And
Genty's nice.
they still got Brock Bowers at tight end.
They do. They
So
got Jack Beck. I don't know if he's good.
I think they need to shore up the wide receiver room a little bit. They did,
Yeah.
sign Jalen Naylor to a 3-year, $35 million deal.
But, I mean.
But that's not a big splash.
no.
So we'll see what they do in the draft.
What they need.
Henry Ruggs.
Oh, yeah.
I knew you were going there.
Because I feel
Bring
like
him back.
you do. The Raiders have always been like that gritty team, like that hard team, like the Al Davis days. Now you got Church Boy Mendoza coming in who loves his mama because she has MS, which 100%.
I didn't know that.
All respect to all that. I'm not trying to downplay that at all. but they need a little grittiness,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I think Ruggs would fill that role nicely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see what they do there. In the rest of the off season, what they do in the draft to give Mendoza some more weapons. And they made some nice offensive pickups too. You know, getting Kwity Paye, they got Nakobe Dean, they got Quay Walker. So you know, we'll see. We'll see. I think they should have a better season.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah. Okay, let's finish up this division with those Los Angeles
Did you notice
Chargers.
that the Chargers drafted a lot or re-signed or whatever, a lot of T names. Like there's Trey, Trevor, Tyler, Trey, TR.
Wow, they did. And then a lot of D's. Look at all
a
those
bunch
D's.
of D's. The Chargers like the D.
They did not do that much. They re-signed Trey Lance. They signed Keaton Mitchell to add to that backfield because they don't have Najee Harris anymore, but they still have what's his name that had a good second half when Hampton went down. I can't think of his name right now, but Hampton's the guy in that backfield. I think the Keaton Mitchell signing is not somebody that's going to take away from Hampton in the red zone.
It's probably just some insurances.
Yeah, he's a speedster. You know, can catch some balls out of the backfield. So I think Hampton, for me, Hampton is a guy that I would love to get, especially if that offensive line can stay healthy. Because they have some really good offensive linemen. They were just injured last year, and looks like they signed a couple guys this offseason. So hopefully they keep that offensive line healthy this year, and I think Hampton's going to have a really good season.
I agree.
And then defense looked like they made a lot of moves. You know, the defense was pretty solid last year. They re-signed Khalil Mack, who's getting older. They re-signed a lot of guys actually on that defense. So
all the linebackers, it seems.
Yeah, they brought the whole linebacker core back. So they should have a solid season. Okay, we're officially done with the AFC, and we're gonna move on to the NFC now with our
Them
favorite
boys.
team. Our favorite team. We love them boys, the Cowboys. So many Cowboy fans in our league.
Too many, some may say.
Yeah, we're actually not Cowboys fans. We're Giants fans.
Yeah, we despise the Cowboys.
But we love
the
seeing the
worst team.
Cowboys lose.
Oh, 100%. And they will lose all their games.
And they just try to go back to the 90s, but like you can't relive those days anymore.
No,
It's
because
2026.
you don't have players like Emmitt Smith and like
Mike
the
Werman, Troy Aikman.
Exactly. Like those guys don't exist anymore.
Yeah. Like the boys are not the same boys.
They're not the boys. They're
The
the
Giants.
lost children. The Giants are the boys now.
Yeah.
We got the Mox.
Camp
who win.
Scattaboo.
Yeah, you got Scat.
Malik
It's enough.
Neighbors.
Dart. Yeah, it's over.
Dart, yeah. It's crazy. The Cowboys, let's see what the moves they did. So they signed Sam Howell, backup quarterback for Dak. Sure,
What's this guy's
Dak
name?
gets hurt.
Tito? Audio?
Otito.
Otito?
Bonilla.
Bonilla. Fuck, jeez.
We need Justin here with that. I feel like Justin's really good at the name
Yeah,
pronunciations.
he'll just rattle that out.
Um,
Kobe.
but so they re-signed Javonte Williams, who came in last year and had a great season for them. They're bringing him back for 3 years, $24 million. I think he's still going to be the number one guy there. So I think Javonte Williams will be drafted a lot earlier than he was this past. Well, actually, I think he might be one of Justin's keepers.
Probably.
Yeah. So George Pickens got a franchise tag. That seems like Pickens is staying with the Cowboys. We'll see if they end up getting a deal done before the start of the season. We're not sure. I've heard some rumors, or maybe they could trade him. We'll see.
He's a bit whiny, isn't he?
He is. I've never liked him because he's always screwed me over in fantasy football.
Oh.
So of course I didn't draft him last year, and of course that's the year that he has a great season.
Oh yeah. I mean, he was gonna have a great season because who do you cover? C.D. Lamb or George Pickens? Like, what do you as a defense?
Yeah. So what do you do? Okay, leave Pickens open because
yeah.
we don't like him. So some good, some big signings, re-signings for them on the offensive side. looks like they made some moves on the defensive side, getting Rashawn Gary from the Packers, big edge rusher there. So, they really needed to improve that defense. It was like one of the worst defenses in the league last year. They really need to improve that. So we'll see if they did with these signings. Okay, moving on to our team.
There we go.
The
Giants.
New York Football Giants.
Look at this.
So these are some big moves here. They signed Patrick Ricard, ex-Baltimore Raven. Of course, Harbaugh's gonna bring him in.
Oh yeah.
We want somebody to come in and block for Scattaboo, or Tracy, or Singletary. We re-signed a couple guys in our wide receiver room: Isaiah Hodgins, Gunnar Olszewski, but they also signed Darnell Mooney.
Exciting.
Yeah. So he's never been like a huge name, but like he's had some good seasons, and he was the number 2 in Atlanta last year, and
He's a decent deep threat. He's got speed with neighbors on the other side. Be nice.
yeah, I think it gives Dart some more options there. I think a sneaky nice signing though is Isaiah Likely.
Oh yeah.
Very athletic tight end, great receiving tight end. We lose Bellinger, so we got Johnson and Likely. And I
Johnson's good. He's a big burly boy too.
think, he had a couple bad drops last year.
That's all right.
But I think we got a strong tight end room with those two guys, and I'm very curious to see what Likely does here, because I like Likely a lot. I picked him up a couple times last season when Andrews was going down, and I saw they were playing the Bengals, who was like the worst defense against tight ends. So I'm intrigued with the Likely signing. Looks like they made some smart offensive line re-signings with Illuminor. Stinney's a backup. I mean, I don't know why they re-signed Evan Neal. That guy's a waste of space. But we'll see what they do in the draft, if they end up going offensive line or if they end up going defense.
I would go offense.
Yeah, it's always good to bolster that offensive line. But there's those linebackers from Ohio State that I think you just potentially can't pass up.
That's true.
There's been talks of them wanting to trade Kayvon Thibodeau.
Oh.
But I guess they haven't gotten any offers that they like. So yeah. On the defensive side, they lost their captain, linebacker. I can't think of his name right now. Who came from the Colts. He was a big part of their defense, leading tackler. So signing Tremaine Edmonds was a big signing for them.
Nice.
And they brought back Micah McFadden. Their defense, I think they made some really good moves. They ended up signing Jason Sanders at kicker. I'm not sure if Gano's still on the team, but we always, Gano kept getting hurt, and we always seem to have kicker issues.
Hamstring problems.
We had what's his name, the
tight hammies.
Young Wei Koo, kicked the ground last season. So Harbaugh's making the nice moves and being
tough.
like, we need
tough
to
being a kicker.
We need to add some kickers.
Ground or ball, you have to choose.
Okay, moving on to the Eagles. They did not make a lot of moves, and they lost a lot of guys. So I'm hoping the Eagles kind of falter this year. They on the offensive side, they just re-signed one of their tight ends. I think they lost Ertz though. Right, Ertz? No, Goddard.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Ertz is Washington. They lost Goddard. So I see them. I've seen some mock drafts where they're going to draft that tight end out of Oregon, Sadiq.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that could, fantasy implications there. He's supposed to be a really good tight end coming out of college.
Exciting.
So the Eagles' tight end room is wide open, and he could be a good pickup this year. Besides that, it looks like they signed a couple guys on defense, but nothing major from the Eagles. So we'll see what happens with them. Okay. The
I
Washington
can't believe Marcus
Commanders.
Mariota is still in the league.
He's a great backup. I mean, he did some great things.
He's like 40.
Last season.
Oh, he's 32.
Yeah,
I
he's
feel
still
like
a young
he's
guy.
been in the league longer.
Because he was drafted with, who was he drafted with?
The
that
Titans, wasn't
yeah,
he?
but like who was the other guy that came in the same time that they were like supposed to be good and?
No,
No.
I do not know.
I forget. We'll have to look that up. But yeah, I mean, Jaden Daniels. Got injured last year, and Mariota came in.
Injured.
And,
His arm was like.
yeah, Mariota's a good backup. He's a solid backup. So for 1 year, $7 million deal, like totally worth it. So with the Commanders losing Chris Rodriguez, they had to bolster their running back rooms. They signed Jerome Ford to a 1 year deal, and they also signed Rashad White. So not like huge names, but these are guys that have done okay jobs on their other teams.
Yeah.
So we'll see what they end up doing. They still got Bill. They still got Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, Little Bill, in that running back room. So we'll see who ends up being the number one guy there with the Commanders. Looks like they re-signed a couple guys in the wide receiver room, signed in some new guys, Van Jefferson. But what's his name? McLaurin's still the number one guy there. I think they lost. I'm not sure if they lost Debo, if they're trying to trade him.
I think Debo he's such an odd, like he's so physically talented. It just seems like teams, maybe he's slowed down in recent years, but it seems like teams have a hard time utilizing him.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like a Taysom Hill type situation. So what the fuck we do with this guy?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if he's a free agent or if he's still. I guess he's a free agent. I see the top 3 landing spots for Debo. I see some Yahoo Sports 2 days ago. Raiders expected to sign Debo.
Wow, that would be.
Yeah, he's a free agent. So
That'd be something.
So yeah, so that's a big name still out there to see if a team picks him up, and like Chris said, if they can utilize his talents, get creative with him. I know Shanahan and San Francisco. He's a very creative head coach, and knows how to utilize him. So we'll see if he can fall back into another spot like that. He's only 30 years old, so got many years ahead of him.
This is true.
Before we move on, just on the offensive side for the Commanders, they also signed Chigo Okonkwo, 3-year contract tight end.
You fucking say that.
Yes.
Whenever we sell his cards, I'm like, this guy.
So he, never really amounted to much in Tennessee, but like he had some okay seasons. I think he's a talented tight end, though. So, we'll see what he can do. I personally, a tight end this year, I think I'm going to kind of wait a little bit in the draft because I feel like last year there was just so many guys that came off the waiver wire.
Yeah.
And, you were able to find some good guys. And the difference between, like, the second ranked tight end and, like, the 10th ranked tight end was, like, so minuscule.
Yeah, this is true.
It's like not worth wasting those early picks. Like in our league, Trey McBride's a keeper for Brandon, so like that's really the only one that you're like I will pick up.
He's the best tight end in the league.
Yeah, hands down best tight end. So, looks like they bolstered the offensive line a little bit with Laramie Tunsil. They made a lot of moves. So yeah, Commanders trying to come back with a stronger season next year. Hopefully, Jaden Daniels can stay healthy.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't snap his other arm.
Yeah. Okay, moving on to the NFC North. The Bears.
The Bears. Didn't do much. Case Keenum.
They did a lot on the defensive side, but their offensive side really didn't need to do much.
No, not at all.
They had a great offensive line.
They were slinging it.
Yeah, I mean, they re-signed a couple guys. They bring in, or they re-signed Case Keenum to back up Caleb Williams. They still have Swift and Monangai in the backfield. And losing DJ Moore only just is creating more opportunities for other guys there.
Yeah.
Luther Burden had a great second half of the season.
That Rome boy.
They got Roma Dunze. They got Mr. Colston Loveland
They got that
at
boy.
tight end. And they got lots of weapons. So I think just going to create more opportunity for those guys. I forget. I think Luther Burden might be a keeper in our league. I forget where he ended up falling. He was moved around a little bit. But I like his value increasing heading into next year. Hopefully Rome, who had a great first half of the season, not a great second half, can bounce back next year. But yeah, that offense is really good. And they they brought in a center because their Pro Bowl center retired. but they ended up trading with the Patriots to get
Garrett.
Bradbury in. So I think the offensive line will still be solid. They made a lot of moves on defense. I think the Bears are going to have another good season.
I agree. I concur.
Okay, moving on to the Detroit Lions.
Not much there, except for one individual.
Yeah, they
And they got Tyler Conklin from the Jets. Wasn't he on the Jets?
He was. Yeah. Well, yeah. So they bring in tight end Tyler Conklin. Not a big name. I'm not sure if they still have that other guy, tight end Wright. I think is one who took over for Laporta once he got injured.
Oh yeah.
But as long as Laporta stays healthy, he's the number one guy there. They signed Teddy Bridgewater. Bridgewater comes to another team in the NFC North here,
Good for him.
and just will back up Goff. And then they bring in Pacheco because they lost Montgomery.
Did not pay Pacheco
1 year,
anything.
$1.8
That's
million.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
After taxes and all fees and shit, it's like $200,000.
yeah. Pacheco not getting the money.
That's wild.
We'll see what kind of role he plays. I think them losing Montgomery, I think is just opening the door for Gibbs to have a really good season.
Well, they barely used Montgomery last year. It was
Mhm.
just the Gibbs show.
Yeah, and Gibbs was a little inconsistent last year.
Yeah.
Like he was boom or bust. Like he had some really, really huge games, and then he had some like really, really bad games. But we know from the previous season that Gibbs can be like consistently
100%.
good.
I mean, he's a shifty guy.
Yeah. So I think Montgomery gone, Pacheco not really bringing a lot of competition there. I think Gibbs could have a really, really good season next year.
Yeah, I mean, I think Pacheco's a nice change of pace because he just runs hard, straight and hard. He's like, "Arr."
I'm mad at the
Yeah,
ground.
100%.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens in that Lions backfield. Okay. Have been any comments in the chat or anything like that?
Oh, I haven't been paid. Nick mentioned that he can't use chopsticks to save his life, and he spelt it wrong, so it was cho-sticks. And I was like, what? And he said chopsticks.
It's okay, Nick. We'll
So-
learn together.
Nick is chopstick challenged.
Is that a home run? Is it fair? Is it fair?
No, this is foul ball.
Oh, Lindor.
Metsies are putting on a hitting clinic.
They are. It's only the bottom of the third, and they got 7 runs already.
I know. They'll probably mess it up in the fourth.
Okay, let's jump back into this NFC North and talk about the Packers.
They didn't do much. Sky Moore.
They did not. They did not do much. They lost Dobbs.
Yeah.
Bringing in
Replaced
Sky
with
Moore. Not a big name there. But their wide receiver room was kind of packed. Golden did
Yeah,
not have the
Golden. He
season
did
that
not.
we expected.
Everyone
Um,
expected that boy to be big. So did Panini. They made a lot of his cards.
Oh yeah.
A lot.
They still have Christian Watson though in that wide receiver room. We'll see what they do in the draft there. I'm sure they still got Josh Jacobs in the backfield. So the Packers be the Packers. I'm sure they'll have
They'll
another
be
good
competitive.
offense. Yeah.
Winning season.
Okay, the Minnesota Vikings.
This is interesting.
This is a big signing.
Have you seen all the stuff on Instagram of like Kyle Murray and JJ McCarthy arguing in the locker room?
Yes.
It's amazing.
It's hilarious.
Absolutely amazing.
And just make Kyler Murray this like little midget.
Little tiny midget. Fuck's a midget doing here?
I'm 9.
Yeah, it's just so great.
This is my offense. Yeah. Well, yeah. So the Vikings, if you haven't heard, the Vikings have signed Kyler Murray to a 1-year deal.
I don't think
Arizona Cardinals were basically like, we're sick of you.
I don't think you gain anything with that.
I think
Like, if JJ got beat up, he got hurt. I don't think he knows the offense. I think they expected JJ to be like Dart, just come in and be like, this is what we're doing. But with Dart, like, you have Scatterboo, or you had Scatterboo for a little bit. I think signing Murray is just.
I don't know. I think it's they're just taking a dart and they're just hoping it hits the board, and they're like,
Maybe. They probably got him cheap too. They're probably not
well,
even
they
paying
did.
his salary.
well, yeah, because I think the Cardinals released him, and the Cardinals are paying the bulk of that. So they're like, yeah, okay, come in for a couple million, and just maybe like scare McCarthy into actually being a quarterback, and be like, yeah, you need to try harder here, dude. and there'll be a little
poor
bit of a
JJ.
competition.
A lot of hype around JJ, and then he threw the ball, and we're like, oh.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. There's going to be some competition there in training camp, and we'll see who ends up winning the job. And or if anything, if McCarthy ends up keeping the job, then he's going to have a short leash. If he plays like he played last year, they're going to pull him and they'll be like, Murray, let's see what you can do.
It's gonna be terrible.
And Justin Jefferson's going to be,
Just
please,
like,
just give me the ball.
He's just like, I'm very open.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in Murray's career, like when he had DeAndre Hopkins, he hyper focuses on those, really good wide receivers.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
I mean, I don't think Murray's a bad quarterback. I just think he has too many other influences that he's more concerned with than playing football.
Call of Duty.
Maybe. And just, doing everything else. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, he was not. I mean, he could have been drafted by wasn't he drafted by like the Athletics in baseball? The
Yeah.
Oakland A's?
Yeah. He
And
could
then,
have had a good baseball career.
So he's just like, I'm just too athletic.
That's his problem. I'm too athletic.
Too athletic. Like, I'm good at this. I don't need to try. I can play some Call of Duty. Like, but no, you're too short for the NFL. Like, you need to, try a little harder.
I don't know. He's got to watch some Doug Flutie film.
Yeah, there you go. They re-signed Aaron Jones, which is kind of sad. Jones and Mason will committee that backfield again. Like, fantasy-wise, I'm trying to just avoid that backfield, I think, and stay
They
with him.
lowered his salary, too.
Yeah, because they ended up releasing him, and then they brought him back, and they were like, "You're not worth the money we had you for." So.
Wow, that's rough.
Okay. That finishes up the NFC North. Moving into the NFC South. The Falcons.
Oh, there's Tua.
Signed Tua Tagovailoa to a 1-year deal at the veterans minimum.
Why not? Miami's paying his
Exactly.
salary.
So it's like, what the hell? Let's bring him in cheap. Let's see if he doesn't get a concussion. We got Penix coming off of an injury. Not sure if he's going to be ready for the start of the season.
He fucking better, man. The amount of Michael Penix Jr. cards that I think everybody has is ridiculous.
It's going to start using them to make card houses.
Something.
Yeah. But, I mean, I don't know what this quarterback room looks like if Penix is healthy. Is it going to be a competition?
No.
The funny thing is,
I feel like Penix is the better quarterback.
yeah. The funny thing is they're both lefties. So if we feel like their front office is just like, let's sign Tua. So we have two lefty quarterbacks. So if Penix is not ready, the offense is still ran by a lefty quarterback.
I feel as if, Penix wins that job, Tua sits for a year and just kind of heals.
His brain just heals.
Doesn't get hit. And then the next year he comes back and as, being the quarterback he was. But I don't think he should play football anymore.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think that.
He falls down and anything. He bends the ties his shoes and he gets a concussion.
Yeah. Last season, to compare to last season, he did not get injured. It was the year before. That was his big year being out with so many concussions. But yeah, we'll see what happens here. This offense is interesting because they lose Mooney, but they sign Jahan Dotson, Almeida.
Still got Kyle Pitts.
They still got Kyle Pitts, Almeida Zacchaeus, who they signed, who played for the Commanders last year. Of course, they still got Drake London.
Oh my
what
goodness!
A catch!
What
that was a nice catch.
This is a
there.
crazy game.
These outfielders, man, make some huge catches for the Blue Jays, trying to save the game for them. Otherwise, it'd be
8-1.
Otherwise, it'd be like 15-1. Yeah. So the Falcons made some moves for the offense. They lost Tyler Algier, which we'll get to because we haven't gotten to the team yet that he signed with. But I feel like that's a big thing for Bijan Robinson. Like he doesn't have Algier there to take those touchdowns away.
Yeah. Just feed Robinson.
Yeah, it's just Bijan. It's the Bijan show there.
Yeah.
Which is big for fantasy as well. I think it's going to be between Bijan and Gibbs as that number one running back. I think for next season. But yeah, so they signed Austin Hooper. Pitts got the franchise tag because who the hell wants to pay that guy? He's so inconsistent. Looks like they made a lot of defensive moves.
Oh, this in from the chat from Webster. Ridley is staying. I don't know what time that was.
Oh, in Tennessee. Okay, good to know. Calvin Ridley staying in Tennessee. So he's really their alpha there. And the signing of Wendell Robinson, who'll be the slot guy there.
Yeah. They're going to have fun with him and all the passes he'll drop.
Yeah, I mean, this gives Ward some more options, though, so we'll see how his sophomore year is. Okay, continuing on in the NFC South, we got the Carolina Panthers.
Kenny Pickett.
Signed Kenny Pickett, Mr. Small Hands, to a 1-year, $4 million deal. Nothing really noticed there. In the wide receiver room, they signed John Menchie, who used to play for the Texans. They re-signed David Moore. But they still had a lot of young guys there in the wide receiver room with the Panthers.
Yeah, they got Tet.
Oh, yeah, they got Tet. Who's that guy that you liked all the time that you'd pick up? The Louisianan guy.
Xavier Legette.
Yeah, Legette.
There's a signed card right there of him.
Oh.
There's actually 2 signed Legettes over there. I like him. He's a Southern boy.
Yeah, worth millions.
Yeah.
So
We'll sell it for $6.
that's on Pro Card Prospects. We'll see what happens with the Panthers in that running back room. Since they lost Dowdle to the Steelers, they got Chuba, who should be the number 1 guy there, but they got Jonathan Brooks.
Oh, please,
Who-
Jonathan Brooks, do something.
Yeah, he was
Love of God.
I remember his rookie season a couple years ago. I drafted him, I want to say like 8th, 9th round, expecting something good out of him. Or at least, he's injured heading into the season. I was like, at least he'll be like a good keeper or something. Ended up never doing anything. Was out all last year. So we'll see if he ends up turning into anything this year.
Please.
On the defensive side, they got some good guys. They signed edge rusher Jalen Phillips, who used to play for the Eagles, 4-year, $120 million deal. They got Devin Lloyd, Isaiah Simmons. Excuse me. So they made some nice defensive moves, and I think the Panthers can make the playoffs again.
I don't see why not. There's weapons there.
Yeah. Okay, moving on to the Saints. They bring in
Nobody.
running back Travis
guess
Etienne.
Travis
Yeah,
Etienne.
4-year, $52 million deal. That's a
Getting
big
paid.
signing for them.
What's his face doing?
Kamara?
Yeah. Is he
What-
done?
Yeah, I think there's talks of retirement.
How old is he? Is he in his 30s?
I'm not sure.
He was there with Breeze, right?
Yep, he was there when Breeze was there.
Yeah, it's time to hang him up. Maybe go to the
Uh,
Jets.
Let's see how he's 29.
Oh, well, he's got.
But
at
the
least-
running backs are they got a short shelf life. Those running backs.
That's
I
true.
remember Barry Sanders. He retired at a young age.
I think he was just done. He was just like, I've done it all. What else can I do?
Yeah. Maybe that's what Kamara feels like as well. He's like the Saints are. They had a good second half of the season, but maybe he just doesn't see them, doing anything, and he wants to retire a Saint. So I really think it's gonna, be Etienne's gonna be the number 1 guy there. They had Devin Neal, who took over for Kamara once he went down with the injury last year. Who I still had on my team, but I'm not gonna keep him now because I got Etienne.
Yeah,
so
what's the point?
yeah, so we'll see what they can do there in New Orleans with Tyler Shuck and Travis Etienne and Chris Olave, a wide receiver, and we'll see where Etienne falls as far as running backs go, because he had a solid season last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, moving on to the last team here in the South, we got the Tampa Bay Bucks.
K-Dot.
So they re-signed Cade Otton, who's a solid tight end for them, 3-year, $30 million deal. They end up signing Kenneth Gainwell, which could have some fantasy implications for Bucky Irving. They lose Rashad White, who you're like, okay, like Bucky Irving's the guy there. But they bring in Gainwell, who is a great receiving back. We saw last year with the Steelers.
Yeah.
And he can potentially take some stuff away from Bucky Irving. So we'll see, if he makes that impact. And they also signed Jake Browning to back up Mayfield. Not a big signing there.
Baker don't need no backup.
Yeah. He plays through pain.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, broken legs, he'll still play.
Okay, we're jumping into the last division here, the NFC West. the Super Bowl champs are in this division, so big division to talk about. We're starting off with the Cardinals, who lost Kyler Murray. They still got Jacoby Brissett, so they're like, hey, let's sign Gardner Minshew. Minshew mania here, 1 year, $5 million deal.
That's exciting. He's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like Brissett's going to be the guy there, I guess, and Minshew's going to back up, and I don't think the Cardinals are really wanting to do much next year anyway, because they want to have a good draft pick for the following quarterback draft, because that's where you got like an Arch Manning or a Dante Moore, or some of those guys coming out from college that year.
Arch is not. I pass on that boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he could be the number 1 pick in 2027. We'll see. He's got the Manning name. They got fight.
He does. I guess. But, I don't know. Did you watch him play football? Well, he seemed very confused at times.
Yeah, he improved as the season went on.
Sure.
He's still a young kid. We'll see how he performs this year. But a big signing for the Cardinals was running back Tyler Algier, 2-year, $12 million deal. It just makes that running back room a little confusing. They brought back James Conner, or they still have James Conner.
I think James Conner's done.
Yeah, he's old.
Yeah, he blew his knee out. Didn't he blow his knee out last year?
Yes, I think it was his knee.
Yeah, it's time to go.
They got Trey Benson, so
Another
if you're a
violation.
fan of Trey
Jesus.
Benson, you're just like, what the hell am I doing with Trey Benson? Like, it's a very crowded running back room.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. But like you said, I mean, Connor's getting older. He gets injured. Maybe Algier or Benson, ends up being the guy there. They end up signing Kendrick Bourne for a 2-year deal in that wide receiver room. I mean, they got Harrison Jr. They got Michael Wilson, who's the next coming of Jerry Rice. So,
wow.
Michael Wilson was, like, insane in the second half of the season.
Really? I didn't watch too many Cardinals games.
Yeah, he was the guy that Ben picked up off waivers for great games. Yeah.
Good job, Ben.
But yeah, we'll see how the Cardinals do there. Moving on to the Rams, they did not do a lot of moves. Free agency wise, they didn't do a lot of moves. They just re-signed Tyler Higbee, but they made a big trade getting Trent McDuffie from the Kansas City Chiefs. Big name defensive back.
Yeah, a lot going in there. 1st round pick, 5th round pick, and a 6th round pick, and a 3rd round pick.
Yeah,
this
is what they just seem to do. They traded for what's his name a couple seasons ago. Who was that? Peters. I think it was also with Kansas City. They made that trade for Marcus Peters.
That's crazy.
So they always seem to just want to get like those
picks,
those big defensive back names, because they're a team that like we're win now. Like we're win now. We don't. These picks aren't going to help us.
Yeah.
Let's bring in a Trent McDuffie, bolster this
There's
defense.
only so many more years their quarterback can play.
Yeah, Stafford's like my back is only going to withstand a couple more hits.
My back,
so
my knee,
yeah.
all of it.
So they're trying to go all in this year. The San Francisco 49ers.
I'm excited for this. Mike Evans.
Yeah, this is
giving Purdy something.
Yeah, this is a big move. Mike Evans leaving the Bucs, and that impacts the Bucs wide receiver room a lot. There's, Egbuka and Godwin.
Learn his playbook. That's what he's.
They're really the number 1 guys there now, so that's some big fantasy implications there. They also had a couple guys, McMillan and Johnson and stuff like that. That stepped it up last year in Tampa. So Evans leaving there is pretty big for that wide receiver room, and
I
may impact my decisions if whether or not I'm going to keep Egbuka or not. I got to see where he's getting drafted. But yeah, Evans to the 49ers, like you said, gives Purdy big option.
It's nice. I like it.
They still got Pearsall there.
They do. Hopefully he doesn't get shot in the offseason.
Jennings probably
3rd down
not
guy.
Coming back. He's a free agent. So he hasn't been signed yet.
I feel like the 49ers are going to pick him back up.
Yeah.
He was a solid, that's the 3rd down guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like
he did have a good season, Jennings.
Yeah.
And you don't know, Kittle's still out with his injury, so you're not really sure what's going to happen with him.
Oh, yeah.
They did sign his backup, though, Jake Tonjes.
Opening day.
Tonjes McBasketball.
Tonjes McBasketball?
Yeah.
That's this guy's name?
No, his name is Jake Tonjes.
Oh.
I just call him Tonjes McBasketball.
Okay.
No, this other name on that the 49ers signed, I'm not going to try.
Osa Ogigawagawa.
Yeah.
Gigazawaga.
We need Justin here for that one
Yeah,
because he was a
he's
trade
from
from
a
the
Cowboy,
Cowboys. So
yeah.
Justin would definitely know his name.
In exchange for a 3rd-round pick. Oof.
But yeah, 49ers. We'll see what Mike Evans can do there. Last but not least, the Super Bowl champs, Seattle Seahawks. So they lost Kenneth Walker, which was their big.
He won the Super Bowl for them.
Yeah, that's a big loss for them.
Sam Darnold was just like, hike handoff. Hike handoff.
And Charbonnet got hurt, so we'll see when he's ready to come back. They end up signing Emmanuel Wilson to a 1-year deal. But we'll see what they end up doing in the draft, because whoever they pick up in the draft could, be a big name for them, depending on what happens with Charbonnet. They end up re-signing Rashid Shaheed.
Yeah, he got paid.
3 years, $51 million. They still got, JSN, and I think Cooper Kupp is still on the team. I'm not sure what his deal was with them.
I feel like he should probably retire.
Yeah, he's getting up there in age.
He didn't really do much this season. I mean, Super Bowl, he did well, but he was more just like, just go out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see if the Seahawks can repeat here.
I doubt it. Doubtful.
But that wraps up the free agency frenzy of 2026. Some big moves out there that I think have some fantasy implications. It's always hard to keep track of all the moves in the off season. My brother always says he heads into the draft and he's like, what? Like, who moved where? This person's here. And it's just
I don't even know half the play. This is actually very helpful for me because now I'm learning all the players' names and where they go. So I'm going to be pretty dangerous. I got some knowledge now.
Chris expanding his fantasy
unless
football knowledge.
Odell Beckham comes back to the Giants, I'm picking that boy.
Yeah, we know you love him.
I do. He's so good.
But that's what our podcast does. That's why you got to listen to us. You got to hear about all the moves, expand your fantasy football knowledge. We're a free show. You're going to pay for us. So,
my favorite part about last week's show is when you weren't here yet. And then I asked Ryan, I was like, Ryan, before we get into this, have you listened to any of the episodes? And he's like, nah. I'm like, oh, heck.
If our own league mates aren't even listening to how we expect somebody else.
Well, we always got Nick. All reliable.
We love you, Nick. I think a lot of people listen throughout the week when they can. Sunday, 1 o'clock isn't a great time for a lot of people right now.
What are they doing? What are they doing?
A lot of them are taking care of babies.
Got the flu. Fucking babies,
A lot of them are taking care of babies.
Stop having them. Rub her up.
But yeah, so I mean, it's been fun doing this in the off season, and we've had some good content here and there. I'm really looking forward to, next season and having shows on Wednesdays and Sundays during actual football season and be able to talk about live stuff that's happening in our league, and it's gonna be a lot more fun then. So hopefully we'll be able to expand this a lot more.
Are we solid on the Wednesday?
If that works for you.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, if we do it Thursday, we could watch Thursday night's game.
I was thinking about that. The reason I was originally doing Wednesday was because the whole point of that episode was to recap Sunday.
Sunday's events.
You talk about the waiver pickups that went through on Tuesday night into Wednesday, and then you kind of segue into I guess we could do Thursday, maybe like right before the game starts. So we get like a little bit like half no game, half some game. Maybe we start them. I think the game started like 8 o'clock. Maybe we start the show at like 7:30.
Okay.
We're like talking about recapping.
Play around with it.
Yeah. And then we can have some time during the game as well. But yeah, hopefully we'll get more listeners while they're watching football, hopefully, and listening to what's happening in their league. And I'm in a couple different leagues, so I'm hoping to pull some listeners from those leagues.
Yeah, do you got to promote the pod in those leagues?
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely, 100%.
Yeah, so that rounds out the free agents.
Do you ever think about if you get friendly with people in those leagues? Because it's not that I don't like talking to you. But it's helpful when there's a third.
Actually, that was Ashley's suggestion. She was like, "You need to get some guests from the other
You
leagues." to
do,
come
because I can only say I concur with the information. I was like, yeah, this guy's good. He's a great pickup, 100%.
Well, the funny thing is, I've never been a Discord guy, and the other this last year, I was in a league, Yahoo Fantasy League, with Katya's husband Jacob.
Okay, let's get that loser in here.
That's not nice. I didn't like. It was an okay league. I didn't like love it because I love leagues where I know everybody and I'm friends with them and I have all their numbers and I can text them and I just feel more comfortable doing trades and all that kind of stuff in those kind of leagues.
Makes sense.
So they actually had a Discord.
Oh, nice.
To kind of just for the league, and it had
get
different
the
channels.
whole Discord, the whole channel in the podcast.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like they already know
That'd be
Discord, so
ridiculous.
we could that'd be a very easy way to get that league into this podcast.
Oh, that'd be cool. I like that. That'd be fun.
Yeah, and
we
then
definitely need more.
yeah, and then the other league we're in that I'm with Brandon in is I think Laney's coworker. It's an okay league. It's a redraft. It's only like 10 teams, I want to say, so it's a pretty easy league.
Yeah. Go make friends.
Yeah.
Go, get more people in here. Because the only person I got slotted in here is Basement Butch, which we'll just talk about aliens the whole time, which is fine. I don't mind it.
I
I
like
mean,
an
he
alien
definitely
episode.
watches football, but that's the only person I'm bringing to the pod is Basement Butch.
I mean, I would totally be down for an alien. I personally believe in aliens. I think they exist.
Oh, 100%. Why
real
wouldn't
things.
they? Did you guys watch Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die? So Ashley was texting me about this movie. It's this time traveling movie with like advanced AI, and she asked me how I felt about it, and I was like, I don't know if anything's real now. So
She did mention that, but we have not watched it.
it's weird, and at the end, you're like, oh no. Oh no.
Are you like, I shouldn't have watched this?
No, like I watched it because Sam Rockwell's in it. And he's awesome, but it's like the whole thing. Like we wouldn't know. How would we know if we're in a simulation? We wouldn't know. There'd be
Yeah.
no way to know. And even if us finding out it was a simulation, wouldn't that just be part of the simulation? So either way, because we were talking about the Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, well, Neo broke out. It's like, well, did he? 'Cause maybe that was just part of his simulation.
Yeah. Like
So,
what
yeah.
is the simulation?
Who
and
knows?
Where does it all start from?
We don't know. Certainly not with fantasy football.
Definitely.
But, yeah, you should make friends, with other people in the league. We get them in other leagues. We get them on the pod. That'd be great. Start branching out.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Well,
Good choice.
sounds good. Well, awesome. Well, that rounds out this episode. Everybody enjoy the rest of their Sunday. Enjoy your St. Patrick's Day this week. Eat some corned beef and cabbage. Drink some green beer. I'm not sure what's in store for next week's episode.
We get Basement Butch.
Yeah, I'm down.
I'll talk to Basement Butch.
Cool. Yeah. I'm going to talk about some
Basement
aliens
Butch
next
on the pod.
week. And yeah.
He's filled with crazy stories. We have to ask him because he's got like he wrote a Christmas song called like "Give Christmas to the Children" or something, and he recorded and wrote this song. Let's say like I don't know, 20 years ago or something, and they were gonna put it out on like some Christmas compilation or something, but he's like no, so he retains the master recordings and the rights to the song, and so apparently Dolly Parton and her people have reached out to the recording studio and they want to talk to him about her covering his song for the upcoming Christmas release of her, I don't know, whatever. So I need more information from Basement Butch about that. Plus, he has some crazy opinions about things. It's a wild guy.
I love it. Okay, guys. Basement Butch probably will be on the pod next week, so you don't want to miss that. I mean, after having Ryan on last week, I mean, I'm sure this was a pretty boring podcast, and we're at Basement Butch next week. Like, the personalities will be coming.
It's going to be great. It was so much fun when you weren't here because Ryan's like, he's not here. Let's go. I'm like, all right, well.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's got to be the adult in the room sometimes. So
This is true.
That is me. I am the adult and the knowledge of fantasy football, because we are a fantasy football podcast.
We
but
are.
it's important to have some other.
We dabble in
opinions and
some other
thoughts
things
and- yeah,
sometimes.
it's important. But yeah, so excited to see everybody got Sunday dinner. Eat some Chinese food. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We'll catch you next week.
This episode is brought to you by ProCard Prospects. Check us out on Whatnot Tuesdays and Thursdays, and sometimes Mondays, maybe Saturdays. We sell cards, or we don't sell cards. Recently, we haven't sold much, but you can get cards.